YouTube, today we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 darkest moments portrayed in my webcomics. That's coming up. You don't want to miss it. Check it out. Here we go. Alright, let's get started with number 10. The Matron's Death in Benson issue 1. I particularly like this scene because it's the first time where we see Benson show his true colors. Everyone who's read Genesis Almighty Eye before knows that ultimately Benson is not a very nice man. He's ultimately a bad guy, and this is the first time in the timeline we actually see him murder someone in cold blood. Alright, I'm gonna read out the scene so you can get an idea of the feel I was going for. This is for all the children you were supposed to protect. No, Benson, no, please don't. So you can see, Benson really is a cold-hearted man. He just murdered the woman who's raised him since he was a baby. Ever since his parents died in that fire, she was the person who raised him, and even after she begged, Benson just guns her down, right in the head. Alright, number 9, Stiff eats a child. If you read the introduction of Stiff, where he explains how he got his costume, according to what he says, he apparently stole the costume from a teenager he apparently ate. If that's not sick and dark, I don't know what is. Well, at the very least, dark humor anyway. Number 8, The Real Truth, The Wolves in Sheepskin, a vegan story. I decided to show the animal's point of view, giving them human values, as well as a psychological perspective of their killer, the human race. For example, when Martin the Lamb looks at the humans and sees them, he sees them as wolves, a natural predator of the sheep. Number 7. Benson kills Goldie at her wedding, Genesis Almighty Eye. This scene is very tragic and sad when Vincent the Almighty Eye's bride Goldie is assassinated right in front of him by Benson. The only time we've ever seen Vincent cry when Goldie said her last words to him. Number 6. Nature Man kills everyone in the city. Nature strikes back. Nature Man gets fed up of people polluting his world, destroying his oceans, killing innocent marine life. So he decides to unleash his power and wipes out an entire city of people with a massive tidal wave. Goes to show you do not get on his bad side. Number 5, we're halfway there. Chase Hoodlum's death in the original Curse of Chase Hoodlum's comic, which eventually of course became the Stonyville series, which I'm currently working on. Okay, well in this scene, Chase Hoodlums is chased by a bunch of school bullies. Unfortunately, he runs straight into a construction site and is trapped in a huge hole. Then by a tragic accident, one of the kids trips and hits a switch on a cement mixing truck, and Chase Hoodlums is buried alive in cement, where he drowns to death. Number 4, Almighty Eye Innocence. In this final scene to this animated short, Almighty Eye has just killed a bunch of people, like any other job he would, until suddenly he realized as he was leaving that he's just orphaned a child and murdered his father in front of him, possibly creating another future killer somewhere down the line. Very dark when you stop and think about that. Number 3, Victor's Ritual, Father Sorrow, condemned souls. In this scene, a Satanist cult leader attacks and murders a priest as part of a satanic ritual, but not before revealing to the priest that he trapped his entire family in a basement and burned them alive. Then, to add insult to injury, he goes ahead and does the exact same thing to the priest. Number 2. Paula kills her own son. In What If Chase Hoodlums Killed the RM Comics Universe Part 1. In this scene, Chase Hoodlums has broken the rules of his own comic book and has started murdering the other characters. In this scene, he kills Paula's wife. Paula retaliates by blowing his head off, except it wasn't really Chase, but a mere illusion he cursed her with instead. She blew her own boy's head off. Which is why you shouldn't have a gun in the house, really. Here are 2 honourable mentions. She Was the Furry All Along, Ryan Melrose's House of Horrors 2. Honourable mention number 2. The Rotten Pumpkin Man's Death, Almighty Eye, The Return of a Nemesis. Now, finally, number 1, and a new release I might add, The Addictor's Death, from the graphic novel The Life Addiction. Almighty Eye has just defeated the Addictor and offers him peace. Instead, the Addictor chooses to accept his fate, for he knows he's going to die from ammonia poisoning anyway, so instead he requests that Almighty Eye put an end to it all by granting him a quick death by gun. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the top 10 dark moments in my webcomics. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was quite fun making this video, and you know what? I might even do more top 10 lists in the future. Anyway guys, this is Ryan Morris signing off. See you later.